Because AYV Media Empire, we don't have a dull moment. We always have something happening. That's why you're all invited here today. And shortly, you'll get to find out what's so special. Why do we want you guys at our prestigious media empire this afternoon? So we have 4 people here, as you can see from the high table. There's Stella Bangura, the Director of Operations AYV. You have Aziz Kamara representing Africell. There's Dr. Ezekiel Duamani Lako, who's the Managing Director for AYV. And there is Mr. Mohamed Oman Bangura, who is the Minister of Youth Affairs in Sierra Leone. These people would be making statements, and you would get to find out why we are here. As you can see, I'm smiling because I'm so excited. This is, again, AYV proving that we are the biggest thing happening in Sierra Leone. I'm going to hand the mic over to Stella Bangura, our Director of Operations, who will take you through an overview of activities and events of AYV, basically with highlights.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to have all of you here. We say thank you for taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to join us this afternoon. Now, of course, AYV remains the most balanced, factual, and credible media institution in Sierra Leone. And as survey and research and statistics have shown, AYV is the most listened to and most watched media institution in Sierra Leone. And of course, with the amazing work that we did during the election period, we have been able to break so many barriers, and we've been able to reach a milestone never seen before in Sierra Leone. We've been able to take information from, Sierra Leone to the world. We've been able to show a different perspective and a different narrative of information in Sierra Leone to the world. For too long, we've had people tell us that the Western media is always telling a different story about Sierra Leone. When you travel out of Sierra Leone, in many cases, what you find out there in the media is, stories of war, stories of Ebola, stories of starvation, poverty, but they do not actually see the beauty of Sierra Leone, the beauty of Sierra Leoneans, and above all, the bundle of talent and creativity and resource that we have in our country. And this is the narrative that AYV Media Empire is changing and reshaping. Above all, AYV is giving young people the platform to be able to express their talent, to be able to compete in the international media, in the international scene, so that people can understand that there is an option. There is an option to be bigger. There's an option to be better. There's an option to be creative. And of course, I don't need to tell you all, this is the home of the youth. The home, everyone here, I know probably a few people, maybe above 30, but young people have the capacity to change Sierra Leone. For too long, we've been having the old people, tell the story, rule the country, shape the way Sierra Leone is moving. But now we see young people emerging. We see a different story coming out. And this is purely, partly, I would say, to a large extent, the work that AYV has been doing. We, of course, are the media institution. It's a one-stop shop, as I often like to tell people, one-stop shop. We've got the media, we've got radio, we've got newspaper, we have television, there's so much AYV is involved in, and it's all changing the narrative and the story of what people have been associated with, what people have known for too long about Sierra Leone. We will not stop here. It can only get bigger. I remember when we launched Channel 34, a lot of people thought it was not possible. I remember when we spoke about Big Sister, a lot of people thought, wow, my God, this is Sierra Leone, that cannot happen. But as always, we'll always prove the naysayers wrong. We always shock, and we will continue to shock the rest of Sierra Leone, and we'll continue to shock the world. This is one out of many. I just mentioned the Big Sister, but this is one out of many events that AYV has been partnering with institutions, have been organizing just to give a voice to the voiceless, just to give an opportunity to those who on a normal day do not have a space to express, their talent, express their creativity. And I can take you through a few of the events that AYV have been doing. We organized, along with other partners, unprecedented in Sierra Leone, the presidential debate. And this debate brought the world to a standstill. And it is only AYV Media Empire that can do this. We have, of course, our beautiful sponsors and partners. And we always have our beautiful, beautiful partner, Africell, who's always been close by, who's always been a friend, who's always been a brother and a sister, and we can always count on. Because in the end, it's for the common good and development of Sierra Leone. We have the Z Factor. I'm sure a number of you have seen the adverts or the trailer on TV, and I know so many people are excited. We've had so many applications and so many people, expressing interest in the show. We have as well Vocal Drift, a bundle of talent. People are coming and they're showing Sierra Leone that they can sing, that they have the talent, they have the opportunity. Just recently, Tiwa Savage from Nigeria won the MTV Awards. And I know that Sierra Leoneans, we have such people who can do and even go beyond what Tiwa Savage has done. And we can only start from little steps like this. We have the Miss University. This is very passionate and very dear to me. Miss University, it's all about changing the narrative. It's all about changing the perception of what people perceive beauty queens to be. And that is why AYV thought it fit to be a part of this event, to champion it, because for too long we've had people look down on queens, beauty queens. People, there's this stereotypical belief and idea that beauty queens are just only prostitutes or dropouts or ladies who do not have any agenda. But on the contrary, when you go to other countries, beauty queens are the people who represent the country. They are the ones who sell the image of the country. We've just seen the amazing work done by the Miss Sierra Leone committee, and we've seen that, of course, Sierra Leone is going to be well represented this year in the Miss World event, and that is what we're doing, changing the narrative. Our queen is definitely going to be representing us this year. She's going to be leaving sometime next week for the Miss University Africa Beauty Pageant. It is the biggest and most prestigious beauty pageant event in Africa that brings all African countries together. And this, of course, is only AYV that can do it. We are changing the narrative, and we will continue to give young ladies the opportunity to be beautiful, brainy, and above all, true ambassadors of Sierra Leone. We have Salon Got Talent. This is an event that is also coming up shortly, and I know that all of you will be excited. All of you listening and watching will be excited to know. Like I always say, we will always support talent. We would always support anything that would build, that would progress, and above all have a positive impact on the overall outlook and image of Sierra Leone. We had the Big Sister event. Do I need to say much? We had Nikki China, and the way she really endeared the crowd, and that is what we, only AYV, trust me when I say only AYV with our beautiful brother, should I say sister, Africell, who've always been brother. Who've always been beside AYV. When you see AYV, you see Africell. And when you see Africell, you would always see AYV. Two peas in a pod. That, of course, is going to be coming still. It's an ongoing event, yearly event. We're going to be making so much noise. Trust me, everyone around the world tuned into AYV. Unprecedented. And they watched AYV homegrown content. We're talking about content policy, local content. We're talking about promoting local content, and that is what AYV stands for. We have another event that is very dear to AYV, and that's the Takaguma Chimpanzee Sanctuary. We all know the amazing work they're doing, and we can only support to the best of our ability to ensure that, we maintain, we keep the beautiful the beautiful gem that Sierra Leone have. We are well known for our landscape, the beauty of our scenery, the fauna, the beaches. But if we continue to tamper with them, if we continue to kill our precious wildlife, we will get to a point where we have nothing anymore to show to the world. And for this, it's very dear to AYV. We'll continue to promote ecotourism. So definitely look out and support, because we will be championing that cause. We have the Ella Koblo Golama fundraising event that is going to be kicking off shortly. For a lot of people, it was through the Big Sister. Let me say, for the millennials, or probably for the younger folks, it's only through the Big Sister event they got to know such an amazing woman. And we have not only stopped there, we have decided to do a fundraising alongside with the family members of the Ella Koblo Gulama family, just to also throw a little bit more light on who this iconic woman was, but above all, to use all funds raised or generated from that event to push and promote the charitable work that is very dear to the family. We have the AYV Charity Foundation. This is a foundation through which we will be supporting many more projects, many more communities, supporting institutions, and basically giving back. We're always giving back to the society, but we will continue to do it, and now we will do it more strongly, more formidably through the AYV Charitable Foundation. I can go on and on and on with what AYV is doing, what AYV stands for. And trust me, if I do that, we will not go home tonight or this afternoon. But on this note, I just want to thank all of you, and I want to tell you that we are just about to unveil something even bigger. And I am tempted to even say maybe I want to be a part of it. Yeah, it's as big as that. But thanks nonetheless. And stay tuned, continue to watch, continue to listen to AYV for those of you from any part of the world. And I will be very excited to know what your thoughts are. Remember to connect with us and let us know your thoughts and perception on what we are about to unveil this afternoon. Thank you.
Yes, that's a good one. Stella has been able to brief you all on the events and things that AYV have lined up. Well, previous things we've done and things we're still doing and some things ahead. But believe you me, that's not all. AYV is always up to something. I say there is never, ever a dull moment with AYV. I am so excited because I want us to get to that part now where you find out what's happening. But Stella just said we have our twin brothers, well, our twin sisters, and Aziz said they are our brothers. So yes, that's what it is. AYV and Africell, Fode and Linda, Tatweyawa, Alassane and Alusain. So now I'll hand the mic over to Aziz Kamara from Africell, who's going to talk to us about Africell.
Thank you very much, Phoebe. Good afternoon, all. I'm actually glad that Phoebe didn't mention anything relating to Angel. Because I was just telling her before we got here that please, 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 my name is Abdulaziz Kamara. It's not Angel Gabriel. Anyway, once again, we want to say thanks for you all to come in. And we want to use this opportunity to also tell you that just like Stella has been going on about the things that AYV have been doing since they're here, imagine if I start going into those things that Africell has done over the years that we've been here, and we've been here for more than a decade now. This was a dream that stemmed from giving each and every Sierra Leonean the opportunity to actually be able to communicate through telecommunication service. Back then, it was seen like it's a privilege. I remember some of us bought SIM cards using dollars. Some of us bought phones with massive sums. But then Africell came, we realized that there was a gap. And when we started doing our marketing, when we started doing our promos, I remember people nicknamed us the Small Picking Network, because back then we actually decided that the school-going kids, the school-going pupils, what's the way forward for them if everybody is buying SIM cards at $1 rate? So when we started taking the promo to them, Now we are glad that those people that were in school, I'm sure most of you were in school back then, and now we are all grown up. We bought the dream to take telecommunication service to each and every boundary in Sierra Leone. We've not quite achieved that yet, but I can assure you that almost every region, almost every place you go now in Sierra Leone, there has to be an AfriCell pole there. And we'll keep improving. We'll keep telling people that if we've not arrived yet at your doorstep, please hold on for a while. Our engineers are working tremendously behind the scenes, making sure that this dream is achieved. And even through the promotion that we've thrown over the years, who can remember the 1 billion promo? You know, there was this guy who was selling junk clothes. His name is Karim Brahima. He won a massive 900 million euros from AfriCell. When we called him and said, Karim Brahima, you've won 900 million euros, he actually thought somebody was playing a game with him. You know? But that's how far AfriCell has come, changing the lives of people, making sure that what you see as a dream is actually achieved. And I think we share that notion with AYV in many aspects, making sure that what people see as impossible will make it a reality. China Nikki is just another name. Right now, everywhere she goes, people want to take selfies with her. People are inviting her to places. And we're happy because we've helped transform a life that many people didn't even know about. Through our promotions, through our services, this is what we've been doing. And with a partner like AYV, we want to assure each and everyone that the sky is the limit. The talent pool for Sierra Leone is so great. We've not even begun to tap into it yet. And I'm sure once that is achieved, we'll begin to see positive stories from Sierra Leone. With AYV now, the world has the advantage of actually seeing positive things happening. It's not the negative images that we've been used to all through the years. And that's why I said we are a big brother. We, as a big brother for AYV, will always be there to support them, to make sure that we continue to grow, we continue to scale higher heights. So for our AfriCell subscribers out there, I want to assure you that AfriCell is here to stay, like we always say. And I also want to tell you that be on the lookout. Remember, we always bring promotions, we always bring services. And now I have friends that they only recharge their phones on Wednesday. Who knows about the Wutete Wednesday here? That gives 200% bonus to whatever recharge you do through the AfriCell money. So there's so much more that you can have through AfriCell. And moving forward, we want to assure each and everyone that if you have an event, I happen to work in the event and sponsorship department. So if you have an event that you have this idea and you want AfriCell to sponsor you, please do not hesitate. Our doors are always open. You'll come, we'll look into the idea, see ways wherein we can fit in, and make sure that the support that you need will be given to you. It's not every event that we'll take, but to make sure that most of the time we'll take most of the events that come our way. So with this, I want to say thanks for listening to me, and I hope that as we move forward, you'll get to realize that this is the next step, and this is something that each and every Sierra Leonean will embrace down the line. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aziz. And you see the after effect of big sister, Angel Gabriel. So he walked up to me and he said, you know, like everybody's calling me Angel Gabriel now. When I walk around, everybody, hey, Angel Gabriel. Well, darling, sorry, you have to bear up. That's the after effect of big sister. But yes, we've come to a very interesting point now where you would all find out why you are here. You would all find out what's next for AYV Media Empire. What's the big thing up our sleeves we want to unfold or unveil to you? With that, I present to you the MD for AYV, Dr. Ezekiel Duramanilako.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Okay, so I want to welcome everybody. and I want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs in Sierra Leone. Can you put your hands together for it? And he's not here as a politician. He's here because he's meticulous about the development of young people, and he always associates himself with the development of AYV. So when you look at AYV and when you look at what his ministry is doing, I think it's not too far-fetched to to achieving a generic national objective. And that's why it's always coming in to see how we synchronize. And of course, I want to also recognize the presence of AfriCell. Can you put your hands together for AfriCell again? So somebody asked me, say, why is AYV always with AfriCell? You know, when you think alike, then you act alike. And one difficult thing about Sierra Leone is to find people you can actually align yourself with, people that they actually believe in you. So this is what we have, and this is what we've identified in AfriCell. So that's why we are pushing together. We're always together, and even when things are not good in terms of business struggle, we struggle together, and we'll always continue to fight that fight together. So on behalf of the board and management of AYV, we want to extend our appreciation to your management as well, and everybody that works for AfriCell. AYV will always continue to appreciate you, and with you together, we have achieved all this. So thank you very much. And Angel Gabriel. Yes, so today is a very important day, and I am here as a messenger of the board of directors of AYV, and the CEO, Anthony Navo Jr., and the rest of the members of the board to make an important announcement. But before I make this announcement, I also, in recognizing the presence of the press, you have press houses here from different institutions. I think that's one thing that we've been doing, in as much as we have everything to send information all over the world. But we respect that we exist in an industry, and that industry is so significant to promote, so even promoting what we're doing. So that's why we are always calling you here. So we want to recognize you and we want to thank you. But I also want to remind you that a few months ago, I think this is the fourth time I'm calling a press conference since I've been MD. And there was a time when somebody asked, he said, okay, AYV, since you've made that pronouncement, can you do it? You remember when we said we're going to do Big Sister? Hello? Somebody was asking, can you do it? And we said yes, because the cost was $250,000 to deploy equipment and the infrastructure required to broadcast that Big Brother. Even the IT equipment, even the internet, to provide internet in collaboration with AfriCell, from the house to the channel, to the studio, 24 hours. That's the most difficult thing that any media empire can achieve. And we did it consistently. So those that were asking the question, we told them, yes, we can. And we did it. And again, you remember when we said we're going to buy a brand new car? Somebody asked, okay, so what's the brand new car? And we bought a brand new car. You were there. We called you again to unveil it. Hello? So very soon, some of you press people, they will begin to misinterpret that you're working for AYV. But that's for the good of all, because your frequency here has met our widest dreams and admiration. So thank you for coming. Of course, to Stella Bangura, our operations manager, and also, before I continue, I want to recognize the presence of the Deputy Managing Director of AYV before I'm issued with a memo. So, Ms. Brigitta, you're welcome, ma. So, Stella Bangura actually told you about what we have done. Probably we're doing too much. But for those of you who think we're doing too much, we've not even started. And this is what we are meant to do. We're going to do as much as we can, so far as we have a media empire that wants to expand. I think our thought now is how to develop content, things that you've never seen before, and to establish that and ensure that Sierra Leoneans all over, at home and in the diaspora, benefit from what we're doing. I've met friends across the world who've said, yes, what AYV is doing is really, really big, and they're proud. Because now we are competing with other TV stations in the sub-region. I mean big TV stations. You don't even know the telephone calls we are receiving, the messages we are receiving, on the emails we are receiving from big international organizations recognizing the efforts of AYV. So this is the level, and we will continue to go. So what we are asking for out there, Sierra Leoneans, is to continue to support us. Because so far as we are concerned, is a point of no return. Now, at this point in time, I also want to remind you, probably my sister, noted a lot of things. After the big sister show, you remember we made a call. We told, if you have an idea, if you are out there in Maboka, in Kono, in Kenema, anywhere around, if you have an idea that you think is a very good media concept, bring it, we'll support it. And trust me, after that, we've received more than 30 well-established and good content for television. And out of those 30, we've signed almost 20. Not only on entertainment, but things that will develop the country, Sierra Leone. Now, let me just, did you talk about the Teacher's Prize? Yes. So we are also partnering with the Teacher's Prize, and the focus of that organization is to award the best teacher in Sierra Leone. We're sitting in Sierra Leone, little did we know that internationally they are recognizing the best teacher every year in the world, and they are giving that teacher $1 million. And this year, they are recognizing, and again next year, and Sierra Leone has never sent a participant. So there is an institution now that is organizing teachers in Sierra Leone. We are now looking, when they want to do that, they came to AYV, and immediately we signed an MOU. And we are going to collaborate with them. It's a very difficult thing for them because they're still thinking of resource mobilization. So they're now collaborating with us, and what we want to do with the Teacher's Prize is to get the best teacher from Sierra Leone, 6, that will now send to represent Sierra Leone in that Teacher's Prize award. And trust me, a Sierra Leonean teacher can win that prize. Because in Sierra Leone, you find teachers who walk for 10 miles from their villages to the school just to teach. Hello? I think they deserve an applaud, gentlemen. So why did I brought this? I did because somebody said, oh, AYV, you're good at entertainment. We're not. We are into everything. Education, economic development, politics, and etc., etc. So we promote anything that is meant for national development. So come and we continue to call you. So we've now got several things. And of course, I want to take permission from the operations director to name about a few organizations, things that we have that are also big. You remember the Cypher? Hello? We have the Cypher. Cypher is so big. When they went to Bo, we had to call the police to do crowd control. And that's how Cypher is going. And we have the storm hits the streets. We have hits the streets. Too much on my head. We have hits the streets. We have hits the street. Thank you. So we have hit the street. So these are the things that we're doing. I just want to call the attention of the public on things that AYV are actually doing. So when you see us coming with new things, always know that we've been doing this much. And of course, we're supporting EcoFest. EcoFest is the 16th, right? So EcoFest National Stadium, you saw the CEO and the CEO of EcoFest, they joined hands and they shouted together, AYV, EcoFest. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce officially that the African Media Empire, in collaboration with AfriCell Sierra Leone, and based on the cry on call of hundreds of Sierra Leoneans, have thought it wise to invest on another reality show. Can you put your hands together before I tell you the reality? We are going to invest on another. We did Big Sister. Managing Director of AYV, and in consultation with the CEO and the Board of Directors and our partners, AfriCell, I want to officially unveil the Big Brother Housemate Sierra Leone. So for those of you out there who were thinking, okay, so how can I get involved in a reality show? This is another opportunity. Now, the AYV Big Brother Housemate Sierra Leone show is also meant to promote young people and to promote entertainment and social involvement and inclusion in Sierra Leone. And it emanated, the idea to do this show, after several considerations and engagement with stakeholders right across the country in entertainment and otherwise. This idea emanated on some of the issues that came up. As one of the fundamental issues that came up, Sierra Leoneans also, in as much as what we deliver with ZZ, Sierra Leoneans also want to see a show where men and women will be included in a reality house. And 2 weeks after the Big Sister show, we started receiving applications for people who want to partner with us. And we've got so many text messages and WhatsApp messages from even people in the diaspora that if they were asking and encouraging AYV to put a show where people are men and women, or say ladies and gentlemen, will now participate inside the house. And this time around is going to be bigger and more expensive. And when we brought that to the attention of the CEO and management, we sat and deliberated. And one thing that we don't want to do as an institution is to hurt other people. We compete in a way that we don't want to interfere with other people. But one thing that we found out, we have the capacity, we have the will, and we have the good intention, not only to do this for money making, but also to do it for the development of young people. And before I complete, I want to thank the entire, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody. I want to applaud them for participating in the Big Sister and all our programs, those that voted and those that want to see the next show. This particular show, the Big Sister show, we spent $250,000. That's what we thought we were spending to establish a new entertainment channel. It's very difficult. But we spent $250,000 on all the equipment that you saw. So what we did was very, very, very expensive. And we were able to do it because we have an exclusive channel for that. And I also want to, you can ask questions, press, that's why we're calling here. We don't have secret. We didn't call you prior. We called you, you waited here, and we are live on television. So you can ask all your questions. For this particular reality show, the Big Brother Housemate Sierra Leone, we are going to spend about $500,000. And it's going to be broadcast live for 6 weeks. Now, probably you don't understand. I will say it again. It's going to be broadcast live non-stop for 6 weeks. And when you're doing live broadcast, so broadcast one day, one whole day, outside broadcasting. We're not broadcasting from the studio. We're picking it from a point and we're sending those images to the studio for 6 consecutive weeks, non-stop. Even the fuel consumption from where we are doing it to run that house, the fuel consumption for 6 weeks runs into almost 100 million. So those of you that are thinking, okay, what's bringing this cost? And the internet, ask AfriCell, they spent more than $50,000 on IT, on providing internet. Because when we're doing outside broadcasting for AYV, it is 7 million for do outside broadcasting for our 10 million That's what it costs us to do outside broadcasting for an hour. Because what we're using the latest infrastructure to broadcast outside. So that's why if there's a program at the United Nations today, we can broadcast this live, and you watch it live on AYV and all our digital platform right across the world. So if you are in Mauritius, if you are in Tanzania, if you are in Las Palmas, or anywhere around the world, Arctic and Antarctic, you can watch AYV live. Now, so the housemate and the star prize, I'm now coming to another important issue before I conclude. The star prize for the Big Brother, when we went to AYV, it was a brand new car. But for the Big Brother housemate Sierra Leone show, the star prize is 100 million leones. Hello? I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Perhaps some of you did not hear. The star prize for the Big Brother housemate Sierra Leone, AYV, in collaboration with AfriCell, the star prize is 100 million leones cash. And as I speak, the check is ready. As I speak, the check is ready. And if you don't believe, go and ask the CEO. Now, when people had the idea that we are going to put 100 million leones, we received more than 20 resignations, including Urai. People who want to participate in the Big Brother. They said after Big Brother, they will come. So if you are out there in England, in America, in Australia, or wherever, if you are a Sierra Leonean, and you want to participate, the forms will be available on 12th November. So from 12th November to the 30th of November, if you want to participate, the forms will be available. So just check out at every AfriCell office across Sierra Leone, or every AYV office. So for those of you that are listening, AYV, we have an office in Bo, we have a representative in Kono, we have a representative in Kenema, we have an office in Makeni, we have an outlet in England, we've got one in America, and very soon we are going to Australia. So what we are asking you to do, go out there and we acquire the form, apply, and after the audition, we are now going to give you the detail very soon during the questions. After the audition, you can come in. And not once you are accepted to participate, it means there is something for you, 100 million. And apart from the 100 million, there is also a prize for every day that you take in the house. You remember the Big Sister show? We announced that for every day you took in the house, we'll give you 100,000, with the exception of Saturday and Sunday. But when the show started, when we found out that these guys were doing well, even though they signed for 5 days a week, we went and gave them checks for 7 days a week. To the extent that even China Nikki, that won the 10 million, was given 300,000. 3 million, sorry. However, this time around, the person that is winning the 100 million is not receiving that 100,000. The 100,000 is consolation prizes for those that, for the others that will not, for the others that will that will not win. So they will be evicted during the course of the 6 weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, press people here, the minister, honorable minister, don't participate, please. Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs, and our brothers from AfriCell, we want to, Sierra Leoneans out there, everybody, you're listening, you have your questions now. Please, we are pleased to inform you that we, AfriCell and AYV, we are going to present Sierra Leoneans with another Big Brother show. And the time for the show, this show will kickstart on a very interesting day in 2019. That's the day that everybody goes out with their loved ones. The housemates will enter the house on the 14th of February 2019. Thank you very much for your attention. God bless you.
Okay, so yes, we're having both male and female housemates in one house for 6 weeks with a grand prize of 100 million leones. And you're only purchasing your form at 150,000 leones. Please let the drama begin. Let the drama begin. And you should also know that those overseas who want to participate, all you need to do is, we know you have friends and relatives in Sierra Leone. All you need to do is call them, send them the money. They would go to the various outlets. And the easiest way and only way you purchase your form is via AfriCell Money. AfriCell Money. You pay the money, you get your code, you fill the form, you insert the code on the form, and you send the form back to the venue. Any of AYV and AfriCell's offices nationwide. So please tell your friends and relatives that those out of Sierra Leone can also participate. So again, 100 million leones, both male and female. What would happen in the house? Only God knows. Find out when Big Brother Housemate Salon starts. Well, it's all been mentioned here. Now, it's my pleasure to hand the mic over to the Minister of Youth Affairs, because all this falls under his ministry directly. Mr. Minister, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Fabian. Thank you very much, AYV. From the look of things, our generation is on the right side of history. Are we not? A couple of weeks ago, it was Big Sister. Now we have Big Brother Housemate for 100 million. I'll definitely be there. If I have my clearance, I'll definitely be there, because I can't afford to lose that 100 million. Yeah? Are we here? Our generation is on the right side of history. Our government is on the right side of history. As a government that believes in empowering young people, as a government that believes in empowering young people, transforming the lives of young people, it's really key. I will not say much. Mr. Coordinator, Fabian, just to say, our government, our generation is on the right side of history. The CEO there, the operations manager said, it's impossible when they started the Big Sister show. There is nothing impossible under the new direction, because we are ready. 100 million on Valentine's. I'll be there. Thank you.
Mr. Minister, unfortunately, you won't cut lock me, because I'm part of the people asking to send a resignation. Well, we can even do it as a leave. So I'll take leave for 6 weeks. I'll come back later. Because, like, we're talking about 100 million leones. Salon go do.
All right, so I just want to reiterate a few points. And I know we're all blown away with the 100 million leones star prize, and someone in a few months from now will be 100 million leones reacher. Now the forms, I know a lot of people are curious. The forms will be available from Monday, the 12th of November to the 30th of November. And you can grab your form for 150,000 leones. And you can do your payments. All payments are made only through AfriCell mobile money. Once your payment is done, you'll be given a code, and it is that code that you insert in your application form. So if you're going to be applying, make sure you come with your A game, because it is only the witty, the interesting, the funny, the cunning, the everything you can think of, the exactly that would be shortlisted. And as the MD has said, the housemates, potential housemates, will be entering the house February 14th, 2019. So from now, that's the 12th, to November, applications are open, and come December, we'll be having our nationwide audition. And the audition will be happening in Bow. It'll be happening in McKinney. It'll be happening in Connaught. And then we'll bring it back home here, Freetown. Bow, McKinney, Kenema, Connaught, Freetown. These are the areas where we'll be holding the various regional auditions. 10 ladies, 10 men will be vying, battling, and fighting for the ultimate prize of 100 million leones. I know. So it is also important, all right, I know we're all blown away with 100 million leones. So it's important to know that this is going to be going on for 6 weeks, 24/7, live on AYV Entertainment Channel 34. And trust me, come February 14th, everyone in Sierra Leone will be watching Channel 34. Because I know the complaints we got from a few people was that, oh, Channel 34 hasn't reached my area. So I can let you all know authoritatively as the operations director that February 14, wherever you are, if you're getting Channel 33, definitely you will get Channel 34. The MD has said it all. 500,000 United States dollars is the budget. Two powerhouses have come together, AYV and AfriCell. As they say, na in Salon Sabi. We did it before and we will do it again. Mondays to Fridays, all housemates will be earning a little something, but only the housemates who do not get to win will walk home with those monies. But the winner goes home 100 million leones richer. For those of you who want to go on leave for 6 weeks, I am happy to tell you that it's not open to employees of AfriCell and AYV. So, if you go on a 6 weeks leave, you are on your own. Exactly, so just resign. So anywhere you're watching us, get ready. All forms will be available at AYV offices in Bow, in McKinney, in Freetown. All AfriCell offices in Waterloo, in Port Locker, in McKinney. I can go on with the list. But anywhere you see an AYV office, anywhere you see an AfriCell office, walk in there and pick up your form. And aside from that as well, you can head on to the big, well, we'll be unveiling all that as we go along the way. And as you can see there, the house where the 20 people will be residing in. It is first of its kind. It is luxury at its highest. And trust me, it will be 6 weeks. 6 weeks of fun. It is 6 weeks of intrigue. It is 6 weeks of thrilling Yes. So, I mean, you all have seen it. AYV means business. And trust me that every corner in that house, we will be watching. Every corner, we will be watching. Every corner, we will be watching. So get ready. Sierra Leone, wherever you are in the world, if you want to be a part of this program, you want to be a part of this show, from anywhere, from Guinea, from Nigeria, from Sierra Leone, from America, from UK, from Germany, anywhere in the world, so long as you are a Sierra Leonean, you are entitled to participate in this event. All you need to do is buy your forms and, make sure you are in Sierra Leone during the time of audition. On this note, I will say, may the best person win.
Okay, and so the announcement has been made. And Stella mentioned that clearly, only Sierra Leoneans are allowed to participate. This is an event organized by Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone for Sierra Leoneans for the benefit of Sierra Leone. So that's what it is. So also note that and share that information. Stella, thank you very much for the bad news that I cannot go on the 6 weeks leave. Thank you very much for the bad news. But either way, I would sit back and enjoy the entertainment.
Yes, I just want to tell all of us, I know we are all excited, we are all blown away with the 100 million news. For us at AfriCell, we always say that if you can think it, you can do it. And that's a mindset we want to give to each and every Sierra Leonean out there. And for AfriCell Money, I want to encourage those of you that have not registered for AfriCell Money. First, it involves you getting an AfriCell SIM. And please, when you have an AfriCell SIM, go and register for AfriCell Money, because there's so much more that you'll have through AfriCell Money, from you buying your data and getting a 100% bonus, and on Wednesdays, the 200% bonus that you have on recharge. And now for Big Brother Housemate Salon 2019, you have to buy your forms through AfriCell Money. The code is *161#. That's the code that you use AfriCell Money with. And registration for AfriCell Money is free. You don't have to pay a fee for that. So I want to encourage everybody to please go and register for AfriCell Money so that you start using it. And if you want to participate in Big Brother Housemate Salon 2019, the only way you can purchase your form is through AfriCell Money.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So above all, buy yourselves a copy of the AYV newspaper on Monday. You'll get the details of everything about Big Brother Housemate Salon. That would be on AYV newspaper. And we've invited you here, members of the Fourth Estate, not just to inform you, but it's so we interact, so you would understand what you need to know about Big Brother Housemate Salon before you leave. So now we'll open the floor for questions. If you have questions you want to ask, you could ask those questions now.
Yes, my name is Saidu Dumbuya, and I write for New Vision newspaper. And I want to know, Mr. Kamara, what is AfriCell's contribution towards this program? And can you please tell us the age bracket?
Thank you. Is there another question? So we'll take about 5 questions and then we get the answers and continue.
Yeah, I'm David Jabati, editor, exclusive newspaper. And I want to know, but before that, I must congratulate AfriCell and AYV for the reality show, The Big Sister, that was considerably successful. But with you coming with a bigger show, the Housemates Saloon, Big Brother, I was kind of going to ask some, if you like, critical questions like the security, the kind of security apparatus you're going to put in place, because much as the Big Sister show was a success story, I personally think there were a lot of lapses, like the security. I noticed that one of the housemates were embarrassed because of there was not enough, or there was no watertight security, and even on the last day, there was the issue of pepper spray and stuff, and so that's a very serious issue. And again, there were issues about and the venue. You know, I think you never thought it was going to be as big as it was when you chose Queen's. So I don't know if you're going to be targeting, thank God it's going to be in the Dries. I don't know if you're going to be targeting the National Stadium, because I think that's a better venue. Apart from that, I really want to say the Big Sister show was awesome, and we are always with you to ensure that, as colleague journalists, because we are all in the media world, we will want to ensure that we give you the backing that you deserve in making sure that the Big Brother Housemates Saloon becomes a success story too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me come here.
Desmond Tunikoka, I write for Premier News. I have a short question to ask, and that's we deal with the language that will be used during the show. I think I have this similar question in the Big Sisters, so we would like to know the language that will be used.
No, I've got a lot. Yes, I am Abdul Sila. I write for Unique News. Yes, I've got a few questions. First of all, I would want to know if there's anything for the first runner and second runner-up, if there's going to be anyone. We knew the Big Sister show had a theme. Do we have a theme here also? And the Big Sister show, I think the idea came from ZZ. Where did this come from? What are the criteria to win this Big Brother show? And I would want to ask, after winning the show, for the winners or the winner, what's next? What are you going to do, or are you just going to leave them on their own? Thank you.
Thank you very much. If not in my village, I've been there, so by now we don't go to chief.
Yeah, I'm A.R. Bedo, writing for the New Citizen newspaper. Yeah, my question first to Stella. As you said, the age bracket is necessary as well, but I don't know the criteria you'd call about. I believe we have about 5 regions in this country now, but you failed to call the one region, Putlaka, which is another region. You failed to call it. You say you do the audition in Bo, Kenema, Kono, Makeni, Freetown. What about Putlaka? Is it not? It's a regional now, Northwest. So I think so. Think of that. Again, my question to AfriCell. What really, in the $5,000 of this event, what the cost, the amount AfriCell spent? Dr. here saying AfriCell is spending how many, over million loans on internet connectivity. I believe as a media practitioner, we not what's really the physical cash AfriCell contributed towards Shorty Show. I believe we want to know it, not just, Mr. Loko, I'm asking you again, the $500,000, is it part of the price, the start price, or everything, the equipment, the housing, and whatsoever? As you said, Stella, to you again, what what the number of male that will participate. I made for understood that you have both men and women in the house. So how many men? How many women? 10. I don't know. I don't know. We have been undermined. We are not satisfied. We the men. Big sister just finished. This is big brother. You should give the male more priority on this. The big sister have won this. I believe this is our own time. We the men. Do you understand? The big sister. No, I cannot participate. I'm not. No, listen. Listen. If you do it, then it's simple. That simply means it's 90 or 80-20 now. The women have taken the 80 from us. We are just having only 20. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, yes.
Oh, you want my comment? Oh, okay. Thank you. I think the only reason why I wanted to make a quick comment and maybe a question is the fact that I'm hearing questions coming out. And I think really the first thing first from the fourth estate that includes AYV is to give a big round of applause and appreciation for what AYV is doing. Because regardless of what might have been said or it is being said now and the questions that are coming up, it's all a question coming from a brother to a brother or sister to a sister, which means in essence, you should at least commend the effort that has been made and look at how best you can partner with them to improve on what their plans are. So again, I believe the warm of applause really should go to AYV for taking this bold and gentle step. Not only because they are talking about youth, but they are talking about nation development, building the mindset of young folks of this nation. And I'm glad that the Minister of Youth Affairs is here. He just grabbed me on the way and he said, Lawrence, accompany me to this event. Little did I realize that you were launching something. My question is, my comment, if it will make sense, is on behalf of the diasporans, specifically those in the U.S., your show, the Big Sister, okay, some of us were not interested, obviously, because we are men. But little did I realize that this show was so huge that one day my sister, my fiancé, had to grab me and say, you have to watch the show. And I sat there, before I know it, I spent 4 hours just watching something. So the idea and the word here is the diasporans, especially those in the U.S., are huge on what AYV is doing. Of course, your live broadcast when it comes to politics was more of my interest. But the fact that I can sit in the U.S. and see it happen live, I mean, it's commendable. But they are interested. So I was looking forward to an opportunity where you will say, we have your forms online that somebody could access. Maybe it's something to consider. I'm not bashing and saying, oh, what do you need to, why didn't you do that? But maybe something to consider because we all need to join hands together and make your effort worth emulating, worth improving. I think that is what I would say. Finally, though, what were the lessons learned from the previous show? How do you intend to at least look at these lessons learned and then improve on not only Big Brother, but even bigger ideas that you have? But thank you for this opportunity.
And honestly, I was going to ask him, now why were you looking at me when you were asking? Okay, we'll get 2 more questions and then we go for the answers. I see this gentleman and that lady.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Kande Sise, but commonly called Saluma Lema. And I want to ask, because the last show we have a theme, Women's Empowerment. And this show is Big Brother, Men and Women. So please tell us the theme again, because actually China Nikki won because of women empowerment and what have you. So again, I want to ask the question, if the previous housemates, those that took part in the last Big Sister show, like Stasha and others, you understand, are they qualified automatically to this Big Brother, or they need to go through the crucibles before they can, admitted to the Big Brother show? That's my question.
All right, thank you. And let's hear from a lady. There was a lady here, a first. Yes. Yes, lady. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you all. I wanted to ask a question, but good enough it has been asked. What is the theme of this program? And based on certain things, there were a lot of discrimination that you are seeing us as those who are educated, not me per se. Those who are educated, education seems to be like a cost to us now. Because there was a saying that, "Oh, no book, now we book." So what about us who are wasting our precious time to go to school? What actually do you want to tell us? Then now, if your team, that team was about women empowerment. Now we are talking about gender. That is good. But we cannot achieve gender leaving the men behind. It's good enough you have come with Big Brother. That's a big show for big thanks to you all. Then again, is it about men empowerment again? Because there are some men who are not empowered. Don't say all men are strong. Some men are just like women. So if this one also is about men empowerment, no, let me learn. If this one also is about if this one is about men, it's okay, let me continue. If this one is about men empowerment, and again, we see after Shananiki won the Big Sister, she was having a lot of discrimination up there in the terms of representing the country. One way or the other, they said she was refused to giving a visa to go where or whatsoever the case may be because of certain reasons. So we want to know what are the criteria for this Big Brother men empowerment that I've already given the title to. What are the criteria? So they need to know already. So one way or the other, though in Sierra Leone, you do to not everybody will appreciate you, but at least let know what this thing is all about. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Doc and then Stella. You'd help answer the questions.
Hello. I also want to announce that even though it's an official unveiling of the name, Big Brother Housemates, of course, it's also a press conference. And this is a very important part of the program wherein Sierra Leoneans everywhere are now paying attention. Some of them will want to have hundreds of questions out there. And people here have asked these questions. Please, let us listen and give respect to the press, because what they are asking now is what we also want to disseminate to the public. And we've got these 12 serious questions which we are going to answer comprehensively. Now, the first thing is AfriCell's contribution. We are going to pick, and I will answer, I'll give it to Stella, then we'll give it to AfriCell. So we'll look at them and we'll respond. Now, AYV is a media institution, and AfriCell, they are internet providers. And as every Sierra Leonean, everybody in Sierra Leone will attest to the fact today that AfriCell has identified themselves in every young development program in this country. Hello? And we have a television station. And what we are spending, so what we have invested in that television station is heavy. But if we are running, if we are running a television station from outside broadcasting, so what we're doing is we are running a television station from outside broadcasting. And if we're running from outside broadcasting, like nobody knew where the Big Sister's house was, and nobody will know where that house is. You don't know if that house is somewhere in Kono. And if we are running there, if we have to transfer those images to our studio in Freetown for onward transmission to the studio at Leicester Peak, we need a partner to do that. So even the broadcasting you're seeing, it can never be possible without AfriCell. So in as much as we have the system, even in as much as we have the infrastructure, but AfriCell is making it possible for that infrastructure to be connected to the viewers out there. And if I want to quantify that in terms of monetary terms, meaning if AfriCell is not there, then there is no broadcasting. For example, we're all talking about the Big Sister show. If AfriCell was not there, there would have been no broadcasting. So AfriCell has a lot to contribute. And when we are talking about $500,000, it includes the 100 million loans, and it includes also lots of things in the budget that AfriCell and AYV are going to pull together. So we are working as a team, we're doing a costing together, and we're investing in that cost. So probably during the launching or when we're calling the second press conference, we'll be able to give you a detail of what we are spending individually. But so far as AYV is concerned, we recognize the fact that without AfriCell, we cannot do it, and without AYV, they cannot do it. Now, on the age bracket, I think Stella will talk about that, on the age bracket. Now, Jabatis asked several questions, salient one on security. I think that's a very serious issue. We learned so much when it came to the security issues. And as a responsible institution, you found out that we are adjusting, because it was worst when we started at the first, where we were doing the first eviction. Where we were doing the first eviction, we actually transferred. All that was taken care of, part of taking care of security arrangements and space. So we found out that later we came to a bigger space, and we never knew what we were doing was bigger than what we initially thought. So it grew out, and Sierra Leonean grabbed that concept. And as you said, we will continue to think about security. We have a committee working on security now, and in terms of space, in terms of, okay, you spoke about venue, in terms of security arrangement, we will continue to collaborate with several institutions out there, and we'll continue to collaborate out there. Now, I've just been intimated by the accountant who is putting all the documents together, because we have, so we in terms of the cost, AfriCell, I've just been intimated that we, AYV and AfriCell, the $500,000, we are going 50-50. Hello? And when we say we're going 50-50, there are other things that we are not costing. If I'm an accountant, if I am going to cost, I'm also going to cost the air in time. And if we factor that into consideration, 15 minutes, 10 million an hour to do outside broadcasting. So there are so many hours in 6 weeks. If I take 6 weeks, multiply by 7, and I multiply that figure by 24, and I take those hours and multiply by 10 million, it's going to run to billions of leones. That's another contribution that's coming in that we're not quantifying. It means we are relinquishing everything in Channel 34. All the adverts that has come in, all the sponsorship programs, we are relinquishing them to run a 6 weeks program. So therefore, all what we are losing in terms of money that is coming into AYV is also going to be sacrificed just to run this. So that's an economic cost. It's an explicit cost, and it's a very serious one. So on the issue of language, I think Stella will elaborate. But our policy, we are running a show in Sierra Leone for Sierra Leoneans. So the communication can be in Creole or any other Sierra Leonean language. But English language is a priority. If you can speak English language, then speak. If you can talk Timini or Korean, somebody can respond to you during the time in the house, then speak. So all what we want is an exciting show. Now, I also want to call on Sierra Leoneans. Somebody was talking about what happened between the people that perceives the show as something that does not promote elitism. I want to say it does. So what the elites can also do, we are all Sierra Leoneans. Elitism is very important. Formal education is very important. And that's why we want the elite also to get involved in this. So if you identify somebody who you know that the reason why you're supporting that person is intelligence, then resonate behind that person and vote for the person. Hello? Now, so this is what is happening. It's simple. I vote for somebody I admire. So what normally happens in Sierra Leone, we analyze and we don't participate. And when you continue to analyze and you don't participate, you allow the people that are participating to win. So please come on board and support somebody. We've seen it that when people galvanize and supporting a candidate. So that's what we are encouraging everybody to do. If your reason for watching the Big Brother housemate show is for the articulate, because somebody in the house is very articulate, then vote for that person because the person is articulate. Invest in the person. And when the person comes out, make that person an ambassador for speaking good English. Make that person an ambassador for representing what you believe. So we all believe in something because we all live our lives in sensualities and obey the prompting of our instincts and notions. Now, the first runner-up, second runner-up. Of course, by what we announce, it means first runner-up and second runner-up, they are going with something because of the number of time they took in the house. Hello? If I take 1 week, I'll go with the price per week, the price per week multiplied by the number of days taken. Hello? But its first runner-up will take more days than that. So for the number of days you've taken, that is the price. Our focus for now, except when we have so many sponsors now coming in. So for those of you out there, institutions, organizations, big people, elites, grassroots people, market women, those of you that want to partner with this show, please come to AYV or contact AfriCell, and you have time now to discuss. So all of these people, we're encouraging partners to come in. We're going to meet you, come to meet us, and let us discuss. We also saw what has been happening with AYV. We have so many people that want to associate, and this is going to be big. So for the first runner-up, second runner-up, except otherwise. But they have something already that they will be going with. Now, the issue of what we do for them after the show. Hello? I want to make it very clear that what we said we will deliver in the Big Sister show, so far as AYV was concerned, we delivered. We were in partnership with ZZ, and they developed the concept. We also joined them. We invested in the concept and make it popular in collaboration with AfriCell and ITV. That was what we believed in. So we said we were going to give a prize of 100 million, and we gave it. We said we were going to give a brand new car, and we gave it. We said we were going to give 100,000 per day for 5 days, but we gave 100,000 for 7 days. We did it. We did everything. We called on everybody to witness what we did. Even the First Lady of Sierra Leone was in attendance. We did everything. What happens with them after the show depends on who manages them. Are we together? So that is something that should be clear. The teams that goes to World Cup, after the World Cup, they definitely go back home. So we are not, except otherwise, the concept will be developed, consideration will be done, they have their management teams, they have their fan groups, except otherwise, we will continue to think around this. If anybody have any advice, we're working in collaboration. We can discuss it. But for now, we are going to limit our discussions on what we can do for the establishment of this show, and we're going to concentrate on the auditioning. What happens after the show depends on their popularity and otherwise. Now, lastly, the Big Brother concept. Let me tell you one interesting thing about the Big Brother concept. It was a concept that actually precipitated the consideration of the establishment of Channel 34, which was even more than 2 years ago. Yes. And this is how fair and genuine AYV is. And when we got the Big Sister, we say, oh, okay, our sister, we still are going to do the Big Sister show. We still have partnership with it. There is nothing going to happen with the Big Sister show. It is going to continue. There is World Cup, there is Club World Cup, there is UEFA League, there is CAF, there are so many other things going on. Channel 34 is big. For 365 days, we have a channel. So we need so many other content. We've got Sierra Leone Got Talent coming. We have another program with Sign-Up Z, the Z Factor coming. So we have so many things coming. So we are not going to leave that channel idle. So there are going to be so many things. You can even write yours. If it is sweet, after the Big Brother, we'll take it. If you want a big Combra show, we'll do it. So we are not going to stop. Please don't stop us. We want to help Sierra Leoneans. Let us come together and push this thing, yeah? So Potloko, we want to apologize. We also mean that everything that we're going to do now, Potloko will be considered. As we speak, that's why even Channel 34, when we are thinking of the distribution, you heard what the director of operations said. Channel 34, during the Big Sister show, was only around Freetown and its environs. So that's why when we have Big Sister, we'll do is simulcast at particular hours of the day so that people in the provinces can have access because they don't have internet. This time is going to be different. And even for the next Big Sister that comes after this Big Brother, Housemate, is going to be different. Because Channel 34 is going to be all over Sierra Leone. Where Channel 33 is, there is also going to be Channel 34. Number of housemates, Stella will talk. I am so happy the gentleman that spoke about Potloko also spoke about men's representation. And my sister here also wanted, that's not the theme. The theme is not men empowerment. But he also, so what does that tell everybody? So it tells that men were also very curious. So those of you who thought about the concept, this Big Brother housemate Sierra Leone is a concept that was taught by Sierra Leoneans. They thought that it should not only be women, it will also be men and women together. And in fact, they wanted more representatives. But you know, the director of operations, and look at the line managers, senior managers at AYV. 80% of the managers are women. So this is what is happening now to women empowerment. Now, so this is what we are doing at AYV, and this is what we'll continue to do. So let's just continue to support the initiative and drive this development. So thank you very much for your questions. I'll now hand over the mic to Stella.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. I guess you've said it all. But for the few questions in terms of online form, yes, I did omit that unintentionally. We do have a website and the forms will be there. So especially for those who are out of Sierra Leone, they can download the form, but still payment would need to be done using an AfriCell money. So if you have your family member here, all you need to do is send them the money, they do the payment on your behalf, and then they send you the code, because you need that code to finalize your registration. Without that verified code, unfortunately, your form remains as is, just a form. So yes, there will be an online form or online registration or online access to the form. So anyone, wherever you are out of Sierra Leone, you can access it and be a part of the biggest thing to happen in 2019. For the age bracket, 21 years and above. 21 years and above. And that would have to be verified. So that means you're going to have to come with your national, when I mean national, I mean an ID that is nationally acceptable or accepted. So that could be your birth certificate, your national ID, voter's card, or your international passport. Because we want to be sure, driver's license as well, we want to be sure that when you say you are 21, you are indeed 21. And then that goes on now to 21 years and above. So, if you want to be a part of it, the gate is open. I think, yes, those are the two things I will touch on. The MD has spoken. The theme, all right, the theme this year, trust me, it's going to be amazing. But we will not let the cat all out of the bag at the same time. Suspense, intrigue. The game is on. And the game has started today. And it starts with all of you here. So we're going to let you guys go home, have a beautiful weekend as you deliberate and wonder and think, what would be the theme for this event? But trust me, it is something that you would not think of. And the content and what you are going to see on the Big Brother Housemate Salon is something you have never and will never see. It is only AYV and AfriCell that can do it. Because when we say it, we mean it. Is there anything else I'm missing? Criteria. All right. So because this is a show where we want to entertain people, we'll be looking out for those who are interesting. If you're boring like me, I don't think you will last very long in the house. And if you're very strict like me, you're out the first day. So you have to be interesting. You have to be bubbly. You've got to be open. You've got to be approachable. You've got to be, dramatic, like Phoebe. Or like Precious, or like Hurai. Or maybe even like Valona or Fatima. All we want is a mix. We want a mix of everyone because it is Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. We all know that we are a unique set of people and we want to capture that uniqueness in the house. So we'll be looking out for so many things. How would you be able to entertain the crowd? How would you be able to engage them? How would you be able to, keep them glued on the screen? So we're not looking out for anything particularly, any sort of criteria, but our number one criteria is you must be 21 years and above. And if you think you are as crazy as Fonte, then trust me, you can go into the house and probably may emerge the winner of the 100,000. 100 million, pardon me. But let me just warn you, you have to be ready to play the game. 100 million would not come easy, so you must be ready to come with your A game. And that's it.
Well, I see Beto has left us. But anyway, Beto is somebody that has been covering our programs for a good part of the decade now. Okay, well, that's no problem. Beto will look out for you. He always wants to know the extent of which, to which AfriCell actually is involved in certain things. And the answer is always the same, but it keeps coming. You know, the thing with journalists is that they're never tired. They keep poking and poking until they get what they want. But with Big Brother Housemate Salon 2019, I want to assure each and everyone that we're in a partnership with AYV. This is not something that we are sponsoring. When we are sponsoring an event, it is quite different. This one, we are actually partners. So that means there is a budget, and the budget is what Dr. Lako has already talked on. So that's what we'll be looking at. There is nothing that will say we are going to give this, we are going to give that. What will assure each and everyone is that our expertise is going into this, and the management structure is going into this, and also our capacity as a telecoms provider is going into this. So there is so much more behind the scenes that people don't usually know. That's what is key in this. And I want to assure each and everyone that Big Brother Housemate Salon 2019 is going to be bigger, and what we promise is what we will deliver. So once again, I want to assure each and everyone that AfriCell will be there. We'll make sure that our facilities are open so that you, the people out there, will make use of these facilities to make sure that you vote for your favorite housemate, to make sure that you follow your favorite housemate. And even on the live shows, we'll be having the eviction shows. That all comes into the partnership that we are in with AYV. So I want to end by asking each and every one of us to please go and register with AfriCell Money, because it's only when you register with AfriCell Money that you'll be able to get your forms. It's only when you register with AfriCell Money that you'll be able to enjoy certain facilities that are within the AfriCell network. So for now, I want to say thank you and let the games begin.
So as the games begin, those of you with businesses or services you want to commercialize, you want to advertise, well, I don't know what you're waiting for, but for now, you should be preparing a budget to rush to AYV and AfriCell and want to sponsor. So if you have goods or services you're interested in marketing, this is the biggest thing you need to use, the biggest platform you should use to advertise. So prepare your budgets now, businesses. Prepare your budgets to come advertise and sponsor. Because in 2019, the biggest thing happening from Sierra Leone, in Sierra Leone, about Sierra Leone, is the Big Brother Housemates Salon 2019. With that said, I'll quickly send you over to Stella. She's remembered something. In fact, before you forget it, take the mic.
All right, so I just needed to remind everyone that the next big thing about to happen in Sierra Leone starts tomorrow. And that's the AYV Miss University 2018. We will be having the auditions here from all our, our would-be potential contestants. We'll be here from 9 in the morning, and we'll be going through the candidates, we'll be going through the list, and we'll be picking out those who we think should be able to properly represent their institution. When AYV does it, in partnership with AfriCell, know that it's something different. And this year, the prizes are bigger, the stake is higher, and as always, whoever gets to win the Miss University, the AYV Miss University contest, gets to represent Sierra Leone out of Sierra Leone. So would ask that for those of you who want to be a part of it, I know that I got some people who were pinching me a while back, asking me, oh, the audition has closed or the time has closed, but I want to be a part of it. Can I come on Saturday at the venue of audition to come pick a form? So, everybody, we all sat down, we deliberated, and we decided, okay, we would allow those latecomers. If you know you still want to be a part of the AYV Miss University beauty pageant, you can come tomorrow, pick your form. It is 150,000, 100,000. So the form is going for 100,000. It is either now or you'll forever hold your peace till next year. So once again, you still have the opportunity. The window has been opened, and you can pick your form tomorrow at the audition venue right here at AYV from 10 in the morning. See you all tomorrow.
Okay, so
All right, so the criteria to win the Big Brother Housemates Salon is by voting. So if you want Stella Bangura to win, you vote for Stella Bangura, because I will be there contesting. And I know my Sierra Leone people will not fail me. So if you want me to win, all you need to do is vote, vote, vote. Because the candidate with the highest vote is the one who walks away with 100 million Leones star prize.
Okay, so as media people, we all know there are lots of questions that you would want to ask and things you would want to know. So if we release all the information today, I swear the drama not is sweet. And we want the drama to keep going on and on, building up until it gets to its climax when we would be doing the final eviction of the show. So yes, all other information you've not been able to get that you need, you would get in due time. For now, we want the world to know that we have officially launched the Big Brother Housemates Salon 2019. Forms would be out from Monday, 12th November to 30th November. Auditioning would be in December, and it would be regionally. And the grand prize is 100 million Leones, and the purchase price for the form, 150,000 Leones. So basically, that's the information we want you to have and spread out right now. In due time, we would invite you for subsequent press conferences or issue out press releases or just communicate with you and to the public as to what's happening. But that is it. Big Brother Housemates Salon, February 14, 2019. Tune in to Channel 34 and it's live. Thank you very much for coming, and those who have tuned in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good weekend.